You want to learn how to make this crunchy, how to make this reversible 2-in-1 bonnet? That is why you are here, and that is what I'm going to show you. Hey loves, I'm Love and Dollars and welcome to my channel. Without any dilly-dally, let's get on to the tutorial. You'll be needing two fabrics. I choose pink and black. You can use Ankara fabric, any color of your choice. It's you, baby, just do you. And we'll be needing other sewing materials too. I'll be folding it into two. Then I'm going to take my measurements from the side I folded. I'm using 13 inches for this. For somebody like me that has been making bonnets for a very long time in wholesale, retail, and making bulk for souvenir orders, I want to tell you that 9 to 11 inches is small sizes. That is for kids and for your not so big small head. So 12 to 13 inches is medium, and that 13 inches is what I tag the perfect size. 14 to 15 inches are for those that like them big. And 16 plus upwards are for those that like them gigantic. That is, you like it to be massive. Disclaimer. This is my personal opinion from my experience, and it's in no way the standard for measurement. Sign, Love and Dollars. Basically all I'm asking you to do is do whatever you want, do your size, just do it. I'm going to fold it again for the second time. We want a round circumference. I'm going to measure 13 inches on the side that I just folded to make sure that it's 13 inches. And yes, we are 13 inches. I'm going to mark that 13 inches all around it, and then I'm going to make sure that the side that is folded, that is in fold, is where I'm taking my measurement from. That is going to be the center of our circle. That is going to be the middle of our circle. I'm going to be taking that 13 inches all around it to get my perfect round circumference. When I was done marking, I just took my marker and I drew a line to connect those lines so I'll know where I'm cutting. I'll bring in my scissors and cut. Now that I'm done cutting, I'll open my material up to show you what it looks like. It looks really round and big. Don't be scared, okay? Don't be scared. It will make sense very soon. And I know that you are not seeing what I'm doing. I'm going to take it to the ground, then you'll be able to see it clearly. And I'm sorry that my material is looking rough. As at the time when I was making the video, there was no light. We are cutting on two fabrics. I'm going to take my second material. I'll spread it on my table and put the one I've already cut on top to not for it to stress me, so that I will not go through that process again. So this is what I had when I was done cutting the black material. The black material is under and my pink is on top. So I'm going to go to the sewing machine and sew ½ inch around. Then I will leave a little inch. I will leave small space open, let's say 4 inches open, that I'm going to use to turn it out. Please note, before you sew, make sure that it's right size facing each other. Thank you. It's a 2-in-1 reversible bonnet. It's going to make more sense if we use two threads. The pink for the pink one, the black for the black material. I'll be placing the pink on top. I'll place the black thread on my bobbin case. You can choose to put the black on top and the pink on your bobbin, depend on how you want it, okay? So when I was done, this is what it looks like. You see how neat it's going to look like. I just took it upon myself to show you an up close video. That's the black side and here is the pink side. When I was done sewing, I went ahead to trim off my edges that I don't need, my unnecessary edges. So this is what I had when I was done. That is the space that I was telling you to open, not to sew. Then I'm going to put my hand through and pull it out like this. Phew, so simple and so satisfying. See, my loves, if not that, as at the time I was making this video there was no light, I would have used iron to make the edges relaxed. But when I have no light, this is what I do. I just use my pins to pin the edges round so that sewing it will not be difficult for me. The reason why I'm pinning it down is because I want to measure the edges, the parts I'll be sewing, and we also need it to be relaxed so that we are not going to get something really rumpled or not looking beautiful as we want it to be. So when I was done with that, I took my what is this called again, my tape, and I measured 2 inches all around it. When I was done, I took my white chalk, I connected those lines into a perfect circle. just like what you are seeing in your camera right now. I just went to connect it round. The next thing I did was I took half inches down that 2 inches line I already have. I just make sure I measured it all around. Now I'm going to take my tailor's chalk and connect those points I just made. You see that opening that I told you to make? That is where we are going to be passing our elastic through. Now, you see that first 2 inches circle that we drew? We are going to be sewing that all through. Forget about your opening, sew it all through. Then you see that second half inch mark? That is where we are going to be leaving space around the opening for the opening. So I'm going to take my elastic. I measured my head. My head is 22. I removed 3 inches because it's elastic. So I removed 3 inches. I used a pin to pin the other side, and the side where I'm passing through with a, let me just call it office pin, I'm going to just pass it through like the way you are seeing on my bonnet. And you see, I told you to be patient, that is going to make sense. It's making sense, isn't it? Now that I'm done passing it all around, I'll remove one end from my safety pin. I'll remove the other end from my office pin, and then I'll take it to the sewing machine. You can choose to tie, but I choose to sew with my sewing machine. This is what it's looking like, guys. This is it when I was done sewing it with my sewing machine. Now I'm going to just make sure the elastic sits in, so that I make sure that the elastic is balanced. I'll just do what I'm doing. You know what I'm talking about when you are in the action. Now, when I'm done with that, I spread it all around. Then I'm going to sew along that place that we didn't sew. Like, you know what I'm talking about. You could see what I'm talking about. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Beautiful, 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 beautiful piece of beauty. So now I'm going to take the other edge. I'm going to fold it in and then sew across like this. When you are done with that, oh, I forgot, you are done. Now you can go ahead and wear that bonnet, slay that bonnet, rock that bonnet, because you deserve it. Now you can sew for yourself, friends and family. You can even sew for resale. If you find this video helpful, please like, subscribe and leave a comment.